Hi there! You're about to listen to a vintage episode of the Under the Microscope podcast. While the content is still as relevant and as interesting as when it was recorded, our webpage has changed. You can now find us at thesciencetalk.com/real-scientist-nano. Welcome to Under the Microscope. This series is brought to you by the Real Scientists Nano team. Our goal is to provide a platform where scientists can communicate their work and interact with the public. Hi everyone, today we have with us William Brant, who is an assistant professor at Uppsala University in Sweden. Hi William, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Excited to know about your science. So let's start with understanding your research. So could you explain your research to us in super simple words, please?
Absolutely. So in my research, I use X-rays and neutrons to understand how functional materials form and change, specifically materials that are electrochemically active, like those you would find in a battery. If you look at it another way, you could say that I use X-ray vision to see inside the batteries and understand what happens and understand what features give them their properties, and then use this understanding to design new materials.
Okay, I like the other version better that you use the lasers to get the look inside the batteries. That seems more like spy and techy. But we can talk more about it in the long podcast, of course.
Yep.
So your research already it sounds really amazing. It's really cool. So what can the followers expect in the week that you will take over the Real Scientist Nano Twitter account?
Yeah, so I think it would be interesting to talk a little bit firstly about how I got to where I am, being on the other side of the planet to where I studied and grew up, and then end up in the largest battery lab in Scandinavia. So then, of course, I would talk a little bit about the lab here and the facilities and the type of work that we do on all different aspects of energy storage, in particular batteries. I will then also focus a bit about how I use synchrotron light sources and neutron sources to help with material development, and the challenges that one can encounter in using these big, expensive, and complicated facilities. Then I might change track a little bit to the other side of what I do and talk about what it's like to take a new material discovery through to commercialization. And then, of course, a bit about our startup company, Ultris. And I may give a little bit of a tour through the company too, since it's just down the road from the university. And then, of course, by the end of the week, it is Midsummer, which is an important holiday in Sweden. So I'll give a little bit about information about Midsummer. That is on Friday and on Saturday. And then interspersed with this, I'll talk about the materials that I work on as well.
Okay, so quite a lot of stuff that you have planned already, and I'm sure there would be a lot of spontaneous threads as well. So this is really, really cool. Looking forward to having you on Real Scientist Nano. Thank you very much, William.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. To know more about us, please visit our website, realscientistsnano.org, and follow us on Twitter at realsci_nano.